Hey, y'all.
What's up, family?
It's another Wednesday.
What's up?
Did you fall back?
A
Like,
little bit. Don't judge me.
hey guys, I forgot that I was supposed to log in to. Yep.
Just do the YouTube. I got
Okay. No. Are you gonna share? Okay. I got it. Hey guys.
it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another All Things Marriage.
We're Derek and Crystal.
Yes, your host of All Things Marriage. We missed you guys last week, and we want to apologize. But we were out of town last week. We were busy last week. We were having fun last week. We were
Wilding out in these streets.
no, we were
playing.
celebrating love last week, and
Oh yes.
we got caught up and captured and all of that good stuff. And I forgot to let you guys know that we won't coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by celebrating love, we actually had the honor and the privilege
Yes.
to shoot a really good, really close, long time, permanent family friend of ours wedding.
Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Brian Williams.
Yes.
Shout out to them. Congratulations to them. It was a beautiful wedding.
Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous, you guys. I am a stickler for love, right? Of course, all things marriage, love.
Fanatic, not stickler.
You're right. I just love love. I've always loved love. So just being in the midst, not even just being guest, but being thrown in the midst of,
making the day,
making the day and capturing those moments.
Yeah.
It's just like, we had our wedding, but to be on the outside to look at the things that go on in preparing, the day before and the day of, it was just so magical. I mean, these two, you could just feel the love between them, between their families, between them and their families. It was amazing. Amazing.
It was a definite good time.
Yeah.
100% good time. I think that's all.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. No, I meant the microphone.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check.
Got you.
Sure.
So anyway, we enjoyed ourselves. Okay. So shout out to the Williamses. We appreciate you and thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day, because we thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, we've been talking about it every day, like looking at the pictures, and editing the pictures. We just like, oh my gosh, you remember that moment when we was laughing at that? Did you see that?
And so
like in a joyous and happy way.
Hopefully, if the bride and groom clears us to do so once we deliver the photos to them, then we'll share some between the All Things page.
But it's up to the
bride and groom, of course, between All Things page, the our photography Facebook page, and our soon to come website. We'll drop that in, once that gets in, once that gets up and running, we'll drop that as well. We got some things going on.
You did a little mumbling, like I be doing.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it was just like a ramble. Like
if we get cleared by the bride and groom and have delivered all their photos and videos to them, maybe we can drop a couple of shots on the All Things page, as well as our photography Facebook page and our soon to come photography website, is what I said.
Okay. All right.
And then I said
it was just a lot in there.
Right. And then I said we got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things.
We have the marriage conference coming up this week. Excuse me, the love conference. Because I said marriage conference, but we will have singles there. It's catered to singles as well as married or couples dating. We're gonna make sure everybody is covered. We understand that love is for everybody. All right. We don't want to slight anybody.
Right. And so with that, like she said, Love Conference 2021 is this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't wait to see you there.
No,
I'm excited.
It's gonna be live. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be love, and
all things.
And
love.
I can't wait for it. We're super excited.
Yes.
Just to hear what our presenters, we'll call them that, what our speakers, what our presenters have to say about their journeys and the pathway that love has taken them.
Yeah.
And the lessons that they've learned.
Maybe you got some.
It's okay. I've been at work all day. I don't care.
They had you going through the ringer.
So,
I mean, my hair, I went natural today, y'all. Your girl is,
just cut my announcement off.
You just here. I'm sorry. I was ADHD.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we can't wait to see what's going on with that. Unfortunately, registration is closed.
Yes.
So we are not able to receive any more registrants.
Right. But be on the lookout for next year.
Right.
That's it.
But
That's
trust and believe, Love Conference 2022 will be a thing.
Yeah.
This is and low key, I'm kind of excited for 2022 because I know what 2021 is about to be. And so the next one is going to be bigger and better and grander and greater with more information, more to learn, more to love,
more people, like not just the guests, but more people, like, to share their wisdom and their knowledge and different activities.
Yeah.
Like we planning some stuff.
Yeah, that's why.
And it's only by the grace of God. So
Right. That's why I said we definitely got a lot
going on. Yeah. We do.
But that being said, Love Conference 2021 this Sunday. If you haven't already registered, I'm sorry that you're missing the boat this year. But that doesn't mean we don't have something special for you. Just keep an eye, keep an ear out for it.
Yes.
As always, check out King's Kids Wellness.
Yes.
Our Facebook page, where we talk about not necessarily love so much, but love of yourself. If nothing else, we talk
being
about
better you.
Right, being a better you. That's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, growing, maturing, and bettering yourself, becoming a more well person.
Yeah.
Right. That's King's Kids Wellness. And with that, we're gonna hop into today's subject.
Yeah, first and foremost, this has nothing to do with the topic. I'm just seeing myself on the camera. I have a big head. Anyway, so let's go into today's topic.
The Lord is revealing.
No, I already knew I had a big head, but and my hair doesn't make it any better. Right. So today's topic is protecting your peace.
Yes, protecting your peace. Let me go get my peace out of
No. That's not the peace we're talking about. That's not the peace we're talking about. I'm positive. So today's topic is protecting
Her name is Leonis.
Your peace.
I don't care what you call it.
So
it's Leonis.
Okay. And in coming up with this topic, there were different things that kind of went into, we should talk about that.
That's a thing.
We should talk about that. Because we were talking about, different things like our understanding and thoughts of, relationships and marriage and stuff like that. We were talking about the wedding. We were just talking about different things. And it was just like, you really have to protect your peace.
And shout out to, I don't know if you was looking at Netflix or Hulu or what, but we were watching this show. And the amount of stress that this couple on this show was going through because they could not be at peace with themselves as they were at that time. Like they couldn't be at peace with themselves in the present.
Yes.
Like they were putting themselves through the ringer.
So yes, thank you. Because
what's the name of the show?
I was just like, honey, what were we talking about today? I forgot. What angle are we coming from?
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. Because it was a show.
What was the name of it?
It's called Sex Life. And it's like sex/life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I was just like, okay, what is this? Netflix, whatever. You can find a lot of things on Netflix.
Yeah.
But it's about this lady who she's married. She has 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're all under the age of 3. There's a 3-year-old and a newborn.
A newborn.
He's like 6 months. And she cannot stop thinking, daydreaming, dreaming about her ex.
Right.
She hasn't been with her ex in over like 8 or 10
It was
years.
8 years.
Yeah. And they said originally 10 years and then it was like 8 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that dynamic is, but she just kept dreaming about him, fantasizing about him, wondering what if, comparing her life, her now life to what it was then.
What it was then or what it could be. And
so much so that she was writing in her journal now.
Right. And so here is the crazy thing for me about that. I was just like, well, first and foremost, ma'am, these are 10-year-old memories.
10.
I can sometimes hardly remember what I ate for breakfast,
right,
or lunch, because most of the time I don't eat breakfast. Mm-hmm. Like I can't even remember what I did the previous day. Sometimes
we clearly just was trying to remember this teaching topic.
No, like seriously, I would be hard pressed to drum up a 10-year-old memory in full detail and be like, oh man, if I could go to that.
And she was basically writing porn. And the reason why I say she was writing porn is because that's basically all of the memories that she was writing about. So she was so fixated on her sex life with this person.
Right. And the
sex life, the name of the show.
Right. And the excitement and the enthusiasm and the
thrills and and all of this stuff. And so her husband finds the journal, reads the journal. Now it's on her laptop.
Right.
And he reads the journal and now he's just like fixated on what she's written. Right. He's fixated on his wife. He's fixated on, well, he should be fixated on his wife, but he's like with the thoughts.
The thoughts that she's having about this.
Right.
And then she apparently writes an instruction manual on things for him to do
so he becomes
bring up the excitement and
he becomes fixated on the ex.
Right.
So he finds the ex and he's following the ex around. And he's just literally, you guys, he's going back crazy.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's the problem. That's what I said to Derek. Right. I was like, that is the problem with a lot of relationships and a lot of marriages, especially. A lot of, honestly, just people, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, we get so fixated on what was, and we don't realize, like, she's married, he works, she's a stay-at-home mom. They have 2 beautiful children that love them.
Like wonderful life, like in this show, to the degree where he's the sole provider and she can go and do as she pleases. Mm-hmm. Anything that she wants, she has it at the drop of a hat.
Right.
He's literally doing everything. She's doing everything with respect to him, like making their lives a beautiful, happy life.
Right.
But she can't let go of this moment of time in her past. And the part that was troubling to me was the fact that all of her friends and even herself would admit that this past relationship was super toxic.
Right.
It was bad. He was at least mentally abusive to her, right? In some cases, verbally abusive.
Or emotionally abusive.
Yeah, emotionally abusive, verbally abusive. They honestly really didn't get along that great. Mm-hmm. The way he left her and the way she was when he left, it was just in shambles, right? But all of her memories of this thing was so, she was so enamored, and it was like they were on cloud 9 the entire time. Even though in conversation everybody acknowledges that this was a terrible relationship.
And I think honestly that's a part of when people are in domestic violence relationships,
right?
They tend to sometimes remember the toxicity in a more positive light.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's why I feel like, and let's take this out of the realm of the show and put it in real life. I think what happens with a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this. I'm sure you're guilty of this. And all of us in some capacity have done this. We romanticize things of the past, right? And I'll use myself in sports as an example and I say that because a lot of people played some type of sport when they were growing up in high school, middle school, whatever, right? And so what happens is as we get older and we leave that avenue, we start looking back on this thing as the glory days.
Right.
I was at my strongest, my fastest. I was at my peak performance as far as my athleticism, whatever. Right. Confident and felt good in my own skin. And I could do anything that I wanted to do.
Right.
And so, some of us will remember our athletic days and be like, oh man, I was the greatest linebacker. I was the greatest wide receiver, the best point guard on the basketball court, whatever. And then if you go back and you talk to others that were around, it was just like, bro only played like 2 minutes out of the whole season.
Right.
But in our minds, it was this amazing time or whatever. And we, to the point where we'll even dream about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll even like, oh man, if I could get one more game, and that's kind of how we start to think about things. We romanticize it.
Yeah.
Not ignoring the fact that, we had to sometimes get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go run.
Yeah.
Or be out in the rain and in the cold on the track, on the field, mud out. Now, mind you, this part was fun to me. I thought that part was amazing. But we forget about all the up downs that we had to do and the laps that we had to run as punishment because we missed a play or we didn't do our homework or something of that nature.
Right.
All we remember is the touchdown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All we remember is the buzzer beater 3-point shot.
Right.
That's the only thing. And it's just like, oh man, one more game. Not realizing that one game would probably at this point in your life take you about 5 years of preparation to get to. And so then we translate that into our relationships, right? And we say, oh man, this one girl or this one guy, we were so great together and we did this and we did that and it was so amazing. If I could just get back to that, ignoring the fact that in the instance of this show, you're 8-10 years removed. You're not the same person. They're not the same person. You can't do the things you used to do.
And you more than likely don't want to do those things.
Yeah, like you think you want to do it because you have such, again, romanticized memories of it. Yeah. But realistically, you don't want to.
That other person doesn't want to do those things. So it was just like, you have to protect your peace because our mind and our memory, or the lack of memory, will really have us ruining the present good things that we have going on in our lives. It will, and it'll cause heartache not only to ourselves but to those around us and those that are connected to us. Because just like the lady in the show, like I haven't finished watching it, or we haven't finished watching it, but you have 2 babies. That if you acted upon your past memories and your desires that you're feeling, you're going to tear that home up.
Right.
Then you're going to cause damage to your spouse or to your significant other.
Right.
Because of moments that you had in the past that you are just clenching to.
A fleeting moment.
Right. And then you have the husband who is not protecting his peace, honestly. He's following the ex-boyfriend around and
he find out where the guy works at, follow him to the gym, and all these other things, and try and reading the journal and trying to live up to the things that she was so excited about this guy, and recreating these instances and these moments that she's so fond of. And then turning around and I think in one of the scenes, like turns around and throws up in the bathroom.
Right. Because he's sick to his stomach.
Because he's sick to his stomach over what he's become. But you're allowing this thing to ruin what was a good relationship, what was a good, healthy, happy home.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, because I came in, I didn't come in right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, she was good until she like happened to see that the guy was like walking down the street or something like that.
No,
like he came to town for something.
The crazy thing is he's actually sleeping with her best friend.
Yeah, that part.
So she came to the friend's house, and like he walks in behind her, and she's just like, oh yeah. So now she's more like, yeah, because oh now he's with my best friend, and oh my gosh.
Right. So it's just like he was gone out of her life. She wasn't thinking about it, and then he shows up randomly, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Now because he's around, it's possible all these things, and it's just like, but you were happy. Yeah, you were happy.
From the start, she woke up from a dream, so she had been comparing her relationship for a while. Okay, let's just be honest. She was comparing her present relationship to her ex relationship for a while. And again, still on the same lines of protecting your peace. Right. Why are you comparing your ex relationship to your current relationship?
It's an X for a reason.
It's an X for a reason, and you're only going to hinder the growth and potential that your now relationship can grow. Like you're hindering yourself from moving on, from processing your feelings, and actually saying, I'm not going backwards, I'm going forward. I'm going to not make the best of this situation, but I'm going to work hard at what I'm in, what I've committed to. And it could have all just been a little bit better. I'm not saying they could have saved their marriage, whether they got divorced or whatever. Right. But having that conversation of, these are the feelings I'm having. Like one of the instances, like she's doing narrating and stuff like that in certain scenes, and she's like, basically they're making it seem like, oh, he comes in from work, he greets the son, he greets the baby girl. He doesn't necessarily like, he's not affectionate towards her. Right. He's talking to her, but he's not like, hey, my sweetheart. He says, my pretty girl. She's assuming he's talking about her. He goes to the baby. Right. So she's just like, well, you know me. I'm gonna get my kids. So right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's how you take it.
And so again, looking at this outside of the realm of, this is a television show. Yeah. And let's apply it to like our lives, or let's apply it to reality. Friends and family and reality, and like put it in the realm of humanity, right? I like, a lot of times I feel like what we do, whether we're in a happy situation or a not so happy situation, right? I feel like a lot of times what we end up doing is, like I said, we romanticize romance. Yeah. Because we're talking about relationship, we romanticize romance, and we look at it as it's supposed to be, sparks flying and butterflies in the stomach and all of that all the time. And because when I met this person, I was just so excited, and it was so great, and the conversation and the fun times and the dates and the hangout and all of this stuff, not realizing that when you met this person, you knew nothing about them, or you knew very little about them. Yeah.
So you're trying to figure it out.
So you're trying to figure.
Let's test the waters. You like this?
And just like with anything else, like a video game or a television or a new car or whatever, a new car is exciting because it's new. But after you've had that car for a year, it's just a car. Yeah. No matter how amazing the car was, no matter how great of an engine, no matter how quiet or whatever, or how great the seats are and all the features, after you've driven in it day in and day out for 365 days.
And you had to wash the car. You had to clean it out.
Change the tires, put gas in it.
you done got a couple of dents in it.
After you've done that for 300, we're not even saying for 5, 10, 15.
No, a year.
After you've done that for 365 days, that car is no longer the new precious. It's a car,
right?
And it's a tool that gets you from one place to the next.
Then the closest feeling that you're gonna get to that special is having it detailed, and then you get the wax on it.
Exactly. But then go to the car lot and look at that same one that you were super excited about, and whatever. Go to the car lot and look at the brand new version of that.
Yeah, you're gonna want that one.
You're gonna be like, and I say that because I had to put, when I had my Camry, I had to put my Camry in the shop. It wasn't anything major going on with it, but just regular upkeep and maintenance, right?
Right.
And so I went and I rented a new one. Now my Camry was like a year old when I got it. And at this point, it may have been 3 years old.
Okay.
I go to the rental place and I rent the brand new version of that.
Right.
And I'm driving that, and I was just like, brand new version of the camera. I'm just like, oh man, this got the touch screen in the front.
Right.
This got the digital miles display.
The seat warmers.
The digital display instead of just like the regular speedometer. It got the digital one. Oh, this is crazy. Wait a minute, I can control. Oh, this is nice. It got a sunroof. Mine don't have a sunroof. Now, mind you, my car is almost paid off.
Yeah.
But just driving this new one for a day,
right?
Like a literal one day, I was just like, I could go trade that in and get the new one. Almost paid for it.
Yeah.
And I was legitimately considering
about to get you another 5
years of payments when I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Because this one's just little bit newer. So it's exciting again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's what we do in relationships. Again, we romanticize the aspect of relationship and all the butterflies and the whatever, and then the relationship gets quote unquote old.
Yeah.
You know what this person likes to eat. So it's not a mystery of trying to figure out what date I'm going, like where we're gonna go out to eat, because I gotta pick somewhere nice and fancy. I know she likes Chipotle. I know if at any point in time there's a question about what should we get to eat or what should we eat tonight, there's a real simple answer. Chipotle.
Maybe Moe's.
You know what I'm saying? I know that. So I don't have to figure that out anymore. You know certain things about me. And so now it's less fun. Right. You know what I mean? It's less exciting.
It's like what they say. I don't know because I've never taken drugs other than Benadryl, whatever. Right. But it's like they're always constantly trying to get that first high. Yeah. And that's where in relationships sometimes that first high, or that period of dating, is no more. You know what I'm saying? You have to create new highs. New ways to excite one another and to keep yourself engaged. Right. And I feel like a lot of people say, well, that's a lot of work.
It is.
That's a lot of work.
Excuse me, saints of God. I'm tired.
That's a lot of work, but it's kind of like, to me, it's, do I keep my peace? And it may seem, that's the word,
right,
boring or more exciting over there. The grass is greener over there.
Yeah.
But I have my peace.
Right.
Or should I go out and try the green grass?
Right.
And disrupt my peace, and now I'm thrown into drama. Right. I'm thrown into lying, cheating. I'm thrown into all of this chaos.
Or better yet, in terms of the peace thing, or better yet, understand that I haven't had peace this entire time. And let's just be real with it, because sometimes that's a reality for people.
Yeah.
We've been in this relationship for 20 years and I haven't enjoyed it. I haven't had peace. I haven't been happy in this relationship for the entirety of the 20 years. Well, here's the thing. I can't control how you feel.
Yeah, and you can't change it.
I can't change what's going on in here for you.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. You can't control it for me. If I am not happy, there is nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And you would be a fool to run around, jumping through hoops, bending over backwards, trying to make me happy.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Right. And I would be a fool to try to think that somebody else on the outside is going to give me that peace. Happy. It's not going to happen.
It's not. And so again, I look at, some of my friends from college and that time period in my life and some of the things that different ones were going through. And of course, we all know the one young lady who is head over heels enamored with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And they're like this 24/7, right? And it's just like, well, ma'am, if he's trying to go hang out with his friends, mm-hmm. and you're calling and texting and, oh my gosh, she's not answering the phone, right. And da 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 da. He said he was going out for his friends. I wonder, is that an invitation for me to come along?
No,
like if that's how you are, like, you're not at peace.
You're not.
If you can't, and if that's what you need in order for you to be happy, for you to become,
you need to be by yourself for a period of time.
The problem is you don't know how to be by yourself.
But that's what I'm telling you. You need to be by yourself.
Love you, the right way. So you're trying to force someone, or not even force. You're looking for someone else mm-hmm. to give you the love and the satisfaction that you should be giving yourself. Yeah. And so
that's draining.
And so when I say protect your peace, when I think of protecting one's peace in terms of relationship, I look at it as if I'm unhappy in our relationship, there's only one person who can change my unhappiness, mm-hmm. and that's me. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that I have to do is look and identify what's causing me to be unhappy. Right. If I'm looking and I'm trying to reflect, and the only thing I can come up with is, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, mm-hmm. you said, you did, you, then I have a problem. Yeah. Because one, I have to then realize everything that I think brings me happiness, that brings me peace, that brings me a level of relaxation and comfort, is centered around someone else's doing. Yeah. And so I'll never be happy. No one can make me happy because I don't know how to generate that for myself. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And once you kind of realize that, you can start to kind of work on yourself a little bit and say, okay, and we'll use like kind of petty examples, like the whole socks on the floor, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like socks on the floor, so I shouldn't get mad because you don't pick up socks. I can just pick the socks up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, toothpaste on the counter. Mm-hmm. So I shouldn't get mad because you have toothpaste on the counter. Right. I should get the toothpaste off the counter.
No, we can have a conversation.
You know what I mean?
About my wants or my likes or my dislikes. Right. But I cannot literally, if that's something that you just, it doesn't bother you, it is not ingrained in you to do it, because one of the things, because we're talking about cleaning up and stuff, like my mom likes to clean. Like she'll clean at your house. She's gonna clean at her house. She will. She likes to clean. If that's not something I took from her, that I mimic that she taught me, mm-hmm. and I'm just like, I'm rebelling. I'm just gonna let everything go, Yeah. And when I get with you and you like to clean just like my mama liked to clean, then I might work a little bit better because my spouse doesn't, he doesn't like a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
But there are gonna be some times when I leave something out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just something that's in me.
Right.
So we can have a conversation and say, hey, why you do X, Y, and Z? Or can you, do a little bit better at picking this up or doing this, because I like to, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. But I cannot sit there and nitpick,
blame me,
because now my piece is
gone.
It's gone. Yeah. Because every time I see a sock, every time I see toothpaste on the counter, I'm just like, bro.
Right.
And I'm blowing this thing up.
Yeah, making it way more than it really needs to be. And I look at it like this. If you, like, in terms of work, if I go to a job every day, I get up in the morning, I go to my 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule may be, whatever type of work you do. If I'm unhappy with the job, I don't like the hours, I don't like the type of work, I don't like my boss, I don't like my coworkers. I don't like what they serve for lunch.
It's like you seen the meme when you pull up to the job and you just like, and it's Snoop Dogg, and you're like, bro.
Like, if that's how I feel about my job, that's not my job's fault.
No, it's not.
And it's not my job's responsibility to change, to accommodate.
Because they done figured it out. They done figure out their system.
I need to do one of two things. I either need to learn to love and appreciate the job that I have, or go get a new job.
And I'm going to let y'all know this. Applying it to your relationship, no, ain't nobody telling you to leave your partner. All right?
Facts.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get to that. But if also, as Christians, we understand that we have to be good stewards over what we have.
Yeah.
So if I have a good job, whether I like it or not, and I don't find my peace and joy in doing the job that I have, when I go to that new job, I'm gonna have the same feelings.
The same problem.
I'm gonna have that same coworker that come and be like, "Ooh, I want to punch you in your face."
Yeah, because every job has a nagging coworker. Every job has an annoying manager, annoying boss.
Yeah.
Every job has crappy work hours.
Yeah.
Like, no matter, every job has,
or a piece of job, like a piece of duty or responsibility that you don't like to do.
Every job has terrible pay, because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It doesn't matter how much they pay you. If you feel like you're doing more than the next person, then you're gonna feel like you deserve. You deserve.
So your piece is just gonna be all over the place,
right? So, and all that to say, the issue isn't the job. The issue is you and your level of appreciation, your level of gratitude, and your ability to find contentment.
Yeah.
Like, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating or saying that we should become complacent in our jobs or complacent in our relationships.
No.
Complacency is a problem, but contentment is key to finding and keeping your peace.
Yep.
You have to learn to be content within yourself and content with the person that you are, and understand, and part of understanding that, and part of being content is understanding that, one, you're a flawed individual. You're going to have issues. You're going to have shortcomings, because as long as we think we're perfect, we're going to try to hold other people to perfection.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The minute we begin to act and not just say, "Oh, I know I ain't perfect." It's one thing to say it. The minute we begin to really see ourselves as flawed individuals, like with a multitude of flaws.
Yeah. Don't you get on your nerves sometimes?
No, big facts. like this many facts. Like, the moment you begin to really see yourself as a flawed individual, then it becomes a lot easier to be at peace and to understand and show mercy and give grace to other individuals' flaws.
Yeah.
Because for real, you'll spend, if you really understood how flawed you were as a person, you would spend a lot more time trying to fix your flaws than you would highlighting and identifying others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for real, part of protecting your peace is realizing that for real is hanging on by a thread because you yourself ain't got it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have it all together.
No.
Your turn.
I felt like he was telling me that, y'all.
No. I'm not.
He was just like, you don't have it all together. I mean, okay. All right. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. I don't have nothing else to say, honestly, other than to protect your peace in every aspect. And it starts with you.
Yeah, fact.
It starts with you. If that person is getting on your nerves and they doing something that you don't like, you first have to analyze yourself. That's how we do.
Yeah.
Is this really a big deal? Like, or am I
Yeah.
just making a mountain out of a molehill? Is this something that I'm compromising with, or is it something that I'm just asking too much of somebody else?
Yeah, because sometimes like you gotta, if you find something in the person that you don't like in your relationship, right? Sometimes it begs to ask the question, why don't I like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not again, and we'll use the cleaning up thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, my wife don't clean up, and I need a clean home, and if she don't clean up, it ain't gonna work, and da 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 da. If it gets that pressing for me, I need to really sit back and analyze, like, why is it that important?
Yeah.
Not saying that you should have a dirty home,
right?
Like.
But no, you shouldn't have a dirty home.
You shouldn't have a dirty home
because this is the problem. Okay, this is the problem. But if you didn't try to clean up either,
no, right. But for the sake of example, if cleaning up becomes so pressing
mm-hmm.
to where I'm thinking about leaving you
mm-hmm.
because you don't clean up the way that I want
right.
you to, or on the schedule that I want you to, I need to really stop and ask, not why aren't you cleaning, but why is it so pressing for me?
Yeah. Like, because especially in that instance, sorry to cut you off. I've been doing it the entire time. Sorry, guys. I mean, my memory is short, so I need to go ahead and say it.
I ain't stressing over.
But the sock thing, like, and I've mentioned the sock. Derek leaves his socks sometimes on the floor, or but like literally. That was a joke for me, like your socks. Like I was impressed about your socks. It was a funny thing to me to say,
because it's always socks.
Right. It's nothing else. It's socks. And they don't be like one here, one there. They be balled up. Like he legit puts thought into his sock leaving. But like I had to be real and be like, I look around and I have 5 pairs of shoes in the living room.
Right. Right.
And I'm just like, where am I going? There'll be like sandals. There'll be like 2 pairs of sandals. Because if I need to run out, I need to,
2 pairs of sandals, a pair of boots,
a sneaker,
some sneakers, and a pair of dress flats.
Right. Where am I going?
Right.
How many shoes can I wear? But so I'm just like, bro, even though I'm looking at them all day, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I got 5 pairs of shoes. Like, come on, bro. Like, so are you really going to try to be pressing over socks?
Right.
When you got 5 pairs of shoes in the living room? No.
Seriously.
You have to give some grace and you have to protect your peace. And then once you can protect your peace, you can protect your husband or your partner's peace also. Because why am I going to nag you about socks when I got 5 different pairs of shoes in the living room?
And like I said, that's kind of really the whole thing about it. And that's why I say, you have to analyze and look at yourself and just be like, why is this thing so important to me? Now let's not get it twisted. If your spouse is a habitual cheater, then you don't need to look internally to try to understand why do you have a problem with them cheating. That ain't what we're talking about.
No, but you can look internally of how we got here.
How we got to this point.
What have I done that could have influenced you or, aided in you in doing that? Like, have I not been giving you, like, no, you be like, well, why I got to look at myself? They the one cheated. Right, but there was a point where this person got to. Now, if they cheating,
if they were cheating
from
day one,
jump,
they was from day one cheating. That's different.
I would still look internally because clearly this person saw something in me that said that it was okay for them to cheat on me.
You saw something in yourself to let them keep cheating and to stay there.
So yeah, we have to again, and we've said this before. We start with ourselves, and then we go outward.
Yeah,
we start with ourselves because honestly, and I think I've talked about this before with having like. I wouldn't say I had an anger issue, but I would get like when I got mad, I got mad. Like if you legit made me mad, I would get mad. And there's no telling what would come out of my mouth. Thank God for Jesus. Okay. So I had to look in me. Yes, you did something that made me mad. You did something that made me respond the way I responded. But why did I go there? What made me feel like I could say whatever I wanted to, even in response to what you did to me? Because I can express my anger, like our Bible tells us, be angry, but sin not.
Right.
So we have to look within ourselves. It's not going to just come out if it ain't there. It's there. Yeah. What's in me that made me respond that way? What's in me that makes me accept certain things?
Right.
So we definitely we want to know what's in us so we can protect our peace.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can go ahead.
Okay, we can go on out because Bible study is tonight. Yes.
I got cussed out for saying that same thing you just said.
What?
What is it in you that allows a certain thing? Or
to accept a certain thing.
To accept a certain thing. I had. And again, in the same vein of like protecting your own peace and being the steward over your own happiness, right? I was talking to a young lady, and this was like early college, like first, second semester freshman college, right? Talking to a young lady, and she's saying that, she's had 3, 4, 5 boyfriends, like her last 3 or 4 or 5 boyfriends or whatever have all been, some level of physically and emotionally abusive to her and cheating on her and all this other stuff. And I was just like, well, first, and so she, we got our friend circle, and it's just like, so I don't understand why would and da 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 da. What do you think do you think he's really doing this behind my back and da 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 da? And I was just like, well, ma'am, and I'm not gonna call the young lady's name out, but I was just like, well, first and foremost, there's several problems here. The first problem is we ain't but like 18, 19. And you talking about your last 3, 4, 5 boyfriends. Why you got that many? That's problem number one. That's the first problem.
We all have a past, people.
You ain't got but so much past. You ain't got but so much past at 18. How much judgment. How much past you passed at 18?
Some people date like early middle school, not early elementary.
I digress. That was my thing. I was just like,
I done had kids that.
First of all,
they're in there.
I was just like, first of all, there's too many gentlemen in your past. That's the first problem. I was like, and then I was just like, and secondly, if all your boyfriends cussing you out and putting their hands on you and cheating on you, you might need to reevaluate why they like you.
Well, this is at that age, honestly, neither one of y'all are matured emotionally.
No, that's facts. But I'm just saying, like, even then, I was just like, baby, it's something in you that either attracts or the cheating abuser, or that is attracted to the cheating abuser. Now you got to figure out which one it is.
Or you're not telling the whole story. Maybe they was defending themselves because you the toxic one.
I don't know. But she, and she proceeded to say, oh, so it's my fault, and started to call me all sorts of names.
And this is where the whole maturity comes in, because a mature person doesn't respond that way. We try to gain understanding. Well, why would you say that? Like, I might get offended, but why would you say that? I want to know what you're saying. Why are you saying it's something within me?
You know what my response was? If you didn't want to know the truth, you should have came and asked me. You should have asked.
If you don't want to know the truth, don't ask either one of us.
You should
at this stage in our life.
You should have asked one of the female friends. Don't ask me.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna tell you, that's on you. That's your fault. You picked that.
But yeah, everybody, y'all protect y'all peace. Hey, Aunt Kim, thank you for joining us today. And yes, you're right. When you pointing fingers, there's 3 pointing back to you. Always. We got to check ourselves first, guys. Especially in our relationships. If we want to make it work. Now, if you don't want your relationship to work, do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
But again, we have to check ourselves first. Yeah. We have to. Honestly, that's part of keeping the communal. Am I saying
communal?
Thank you. That's my dictionary, people. Am I hooked on phonics tutor?
Come on.
But yeah, that's how you keep your relationship peace.
Yeah.
You check yourself first.
Yeah.
Be peaceful within yourself. Try to figure it out.
And then learn to talk to your partner.
Yeah. Communication is always key.
Yeah.
So,
but in the meantime, in between time,
until next time,
we're gonna catch you guys next week, same spot, same time.
If you're new here, like, share,
comment,
follow
subscribe.
us. Yeah, comment, hit the comment section. If you don't like what we said, let us know. We'll have a conversation about it, chop it up.
Yeah.
See your point of view.
Until next week.
Deuces.
Peace out. Love Conference 2021 Sunday.
Bang, 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 bang. My horn wasn't too good.